Hey, welcome to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. I'm your host, Leticia Ringe, and this is the space to be for high vibe people looking to create a beautiful life and business. Let's do this. Welcome to the podcast, my beautiful friends. I am Leticia Ringe, your host, and I hope wherever you're tuning into from today that you are having an incredibly beautiful day. So today we are continuing with the theme of business. However, this episode is directly relevant to any single area of your life. Now, this continues with the theme of how we create the financial results we want in our businesses. However, I am speaking broadly on a concept that is a complete game changer across the board. So yes, today's concept will definitely help you increase your bottom line and make more money, but it also is what will help you create anything you want for your beautiful life and/or business. So I hope you're ready to dive on in. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that I have a training coming up next week. It's for those of you who want to create a business you love and make money. I'm taking you through 5 steps that are going to help you get clarity on what your business is, what your offer is, who your clients are, how to market and sell your offers, how to make money, and how to overcome the mindset that stops us from moving forward in our businesses. I'm so excited to run through this 5-day training with you all. It's happening live, it's completely free, and you need to sign up. If you know you want a business but you aren't sure what kind of business you want or how to get started, this training is for you. And it's also for you if you're already in business but want to get more clarity on who you're here to serve, your niche, or your offer. It's also for you if you want to make more money, if you want to work with more clients, if you want to grow your community of engaged followers, and if you want to leave your day job once and for all. It's for you if you're a coach, a healer, a creative, or another service product-based entrepreneur looking to grow in business. And it is 100% for you if you want to create a business that allows you to use your unique gifts, make a meaningful difference in the world, and thrive. All you need to do to register for the training is head to leticiaringe.com/trainings, and you will be able to attend with me live. Now, the training is happening from the 20th of January if you're in Australia or in the UK, and from the 19th of January if you are in the US or Canada or in the PT, CT, EST time zones. Oh my gosh, that's me being really lazy not reading them all out. Anyway, you'll find all the information over at leticiaringe.com/trainings. Sign up, come and join me live. If you can't join the classes live, then you will also have the opportunity to watch a limited time replay. All right, everybody, so let's dive into today's podcast episode, and the topic is one that I'm so excited to dive into. You've heard me teasing you throughout the last few episodes about how important mindset has been for me in creating the financial results I've created, which is quadrupling my income in 2019 and now on my way to quadrupling my income again. This is my goal I am working towards and creating this year. And it's also what has helped me to create every other significant change in my life and in my business. Like everybody, my life has completely changed, and I'm going to keep telling you about it because it is incredible, and I share this with you to inspire you. Whatever you want in life, you can create. Whatever you want in your business, you can create. And one of the most important things we have to do in order to be able to create the things that we want is to believe that we can create them. So today's episode, we're going to talk about a concept that I call belief resilience. So let's dive in. No matter what result you want to create in your business or in the rest of your life, beliefs are everything. Many of you will not believe that beliefs are everything. I didn't believe that beliefs were everything for a very long time, but because over the last 5 years now, I have managed to transform every area of my life simply focusing on my beliefs as a first port of call. I'm now convinced that beliefs are everything. And this is really important because until you believe that beliefs are everything, you will block yourself from creating the changes and the results you want in your life and in your business. So let me dial it back here for a moment. Let's talk about the process of manifestation. In our last episode, episode 80, we spoke about the importance of claiming your desires in order to be able to manifest the things that you want, which just means create the things that you want. Every single day, we are manifesting, whether we're aware of it or not. Many of us are manifesting, i.e., creating things that we don't want, things that we already have, that we're already experiencing. What we want to be doing is manifesting and creating the things that we actually want. And in order to do that, we have to, as a step one, know what we want and claim it. We have to be able to identify, even just to ourselves, that this is something that I want. Now, in episode 80, I spoke about the 3 different levels of claiming your desires. I recommend going back to listen to that episode. The second step to creating what you want, to manifesting what you want, is being in the energy of what you want. This is where our beliefs, although they're important for knowing what you want too, because the reason we don't know what we want is because we tell ourselves that we don't know, which is a thought, and a belief is simply a thought that we repeat over and over again. And so our thoughts, our beliefs, they lead us to taking certain actions in our life, like not claiming our desires, right? We'll talk more about this in a moment. Coming back to being in the energy of what you want, this means that we occupy the energetic space, i.e., the way that you feel emotionally in your body, that we would if we had the results that we want. So it means that even though our circumstances are something else than what the circumstances that we want, we create an emotional experience within ourselves that is aligned with what we want. And because of this emotional energy that we're in, it then means that we end up taking the actions that we would take if we were creating the results we wanted. Now, where beliefs comes into all of this is that beliefs, your beliefs, are what allow you to be in that energy, and they're also what allow you to take those actions that are aligned with where you want to go. But what happens is that we are unconsciously and automatically thinking and operating from a place of belief that has created the results you have today, that has created the circumstances that you find yourself in today. So we are a direct byproduct of what we have been thinking and believing up until this point. Most of our beliefs throughout our life are happening unconsciously. We learned them as children, very young, and then we've simply been operating as in responding to these beliefs through our emotional energy and through the actions we take without even being aware of what that belief is. But how we know what we believe is the results that we're creating in our life and the circumstances that we find ourselves in, which is wonderful because it gives us all the power to change those results and to even change what those circumstances are. So a belief becomes a belief when we think a thought enough times that it becomes part of this unconscious set of thoughts we have that we're thinking over and over again. So the way that I describe it is that it becomes a part of your subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is the unconscious part of our mind that is leading us to take certain actions, leading us to feel certain ways, leading us to think certain things, and it's all happening unconsciously. So that means without our awareness. And the reason that our brains and our mind is happening in this way is simply because the brain operates in the most efficient way possible. So as soon as you start doing something without discriminating, as soon as you create a new habit for yourself, something that you've been doing over and over again, as soon as you do that, the brain then stores that into your mind, into the subconscious and unconscious part of your mind, so that you can use that pattern, that program, you can draw on it without even needing to be aware of it. And then that means that your conscious mind, where your attention is, can be used, your limited attention, for other things, right? That you need your attention for. So it does it to support us, but unfortunately, because the beliefs we've had lodged in there, we didn't intentionally decide as children, we just absorbed our environment and took it in as a sponge. Many of the beliefs we have are not supportive, and this is what we call limiting beliefs. They're ones that tell us to be afraid, that we shouldn't show up in the world as who we are, that wanting to make money is greedy, and all of these negative beliefs that get us to move into scarcity and into this protective mode in our life where we're shrinking and hiding because being seen for who we want and what we actually desire, what we actually want to stand for in this life is scary. Our mind is telling us that this is a scary thing to do. And this is because we absorb the collective, right? And so this means that the collective set of beliefs, they're all created through what people have been believing over and over again throughout the history of humankind. And once back in the day, if you did stand up and be seen as a woman in particular, but even as any person, if you broke away from the group and didn't follow the rules, if you did have a lot of money and you weren't meant to have a lot of money, that would have gotten you killed. So our brain, our mind signals this fear response whenever we are being too much, whenever we're being authentic, whenever we're being different to what we see from the world around us. And so that pattern of believing, of shrinking, of feeling ashamed, of feeling guilty, and then shrinking and hiding, all of that is just a pattern, right? It's an automatic, unconscious pattern that's happening as a result of a program you have in your subconscious mind. Okay, so you might be hearing this and thinking, all right, Leticia, well then I want to intentionally decide what my beliefs are so that I can then be in the energy of what I want. So I'm just going to change them. I'll just change my beliefs. The reason that this is difficult is because we are fighting these subconscious programs we have, which are happening automatically. There's a program that's happening automatically without you being aware of it. And it's actually become so comfortable for you that it's hard for you to even see and recognize the belief in yourself and what it's creating in your life. In order to change a belief, we've got to create a new thought that is supportive for ourselves, something that we want to believe, that's going to be aligned with what we want so that we can be in the energy of what we want. And in order to do that, it requires repetition. The only way you can create a subconscious program, a new one in your mind, is through creating new habits, right? It's through repeating something over and over and over again, which means that in order to change your belief, you've got to go through a period where you've got to really force yourself almost to show up and believe, to think that new thought consciously and intentionally using your limited attention over and over and over again until it becomes a habit, i.e., until you do it without even needing to be aware of doing it without trying to force yourself to do it. So this is what happens when we're exercising, right? We have subconscious programs which have a belief that we don't exercise or that we don't want to exercise, which leads us to feel a certain way about exercise, which leads us to take certain actions that support that belief. So they're all going to be different for all of us depending on who we are, because we're all unique individuals. But a common action that might be a result of a belief that I don't need to exercise or exercise is boring will be not exercising. So when you're trying to create a new result for yourself, i.e. you want to lose weight and you know that, or you just want to feel good, right? And so you know exercise is really important. You know that you need to go back to what you believe. And so if you know that, hey, I actually I want to move my body, that's an action that I know I want to take, you want to ask yourself, well, what thought would help me to take that action? And that thought might be, exercise is great for my body. I love exercising. And then that thought is going to create an emotion, some emotional energy that will inspire you into action. So you might want to feel inspired so that you then are inspired to take the action of moving your body. And then over time, that's going to help you create the result that you want, which is to feel good and to perhaps, if this is your result, to lose weight. And it all comes through what we believe. But why this is so hard for so many people, even though we can see that moving our body is important, is because we have this automatic subconscious program competing with our new belief that we're trying to create. And so the only way to do it is to create a new habit. So every single day you have to practice believing this new thought that I love exercising, that exercising is great for me, or another thought that's going to help you to do things differently. And you're going to have to practice believing that every single day, even though you don't believe it. And you're going to have to keep doing it until it becomes a new subconscious program within your mind. And this is what I call belief resilience. So let's go back to business. You want to be in the energy of what you want, right? Which means that you want to create an emotional state that is aligned with how you think you'd be feeling if you had already created the results you want. So say it's more money in your business. What would that feel like in your life? And then if you were in the energy of what you want, you're feeling that way, what sort of actions would you be taking and what sort of actions would you not be taking? What sort of behaviors would you have and not have in your life and for your business to create those results? Because you take action from this place of faith that these results are inevitable. So in order to do that, you've got to be committed to your new thoughts. You've got to be practicing them on the daily until they become beliefs and until they replace those old subconscious programs you have. Now, what happens in business is that we usually fall in one of three categories that are all focused on the actions that we're taking. The first category is we want to have a business, we want to create these financial results, but we're not taking the actions that we know we need to take in order to create them. For example, we're not showing up and serving our community, we're not telling people about how we can help them, we're not going out and meeting new people. There's all of these actions that we're not taking that we know we need to take. And so the presenting solution is that we go and take the actions. But if that was so simple, then people would know exactly what to do and not need my support, right? And many people can't get themselves to take that action. And it's because it's not actually about the action. It is about our beliefs and the emotions that we're feeling. The second category is that someone might be taking a lot of action. In fact, they're taking so much action. And so they're in this energy of hustling, and then that is spilling into everything that they're doing. And so their remedy, the solution, presents that they need to take less action, right? And to change up the action that they're taking. However, this doesn't deal with why they're taking all of that action in the first place. And so that is not, even though the action will change, it's not where we need to focus our attention. And then finally, you might have someone who is doing all of the right things, right? They're not taking too much action, and they're not taking enough action. They're doing the right kinds of action, and they're still not creating the results they desire. The reason for that is, again, it's not about changing the action, although there could be some slight edits. The real work that we have to do together is on what is happening behind the action. What is the emotional energy that person is in? What are the beliefs that they're thinking? And we need to focus there on shifting those and changing those. And this is why, like in a one-to-one call that I do with my clients when they're first thinking of working with me one-to-one, I am able to show them what that specific block is for them that they need to work on. And it's super, super powerful, because how it's showing up in your business is also showing up in the rest of your life. But the point of me sharing this with you here is that the solution is not ever about the action. It's never about the strategy. It's not about any of this, even though your action will change and your strategy will change. And even like working with me in a one-to-one program, you will be taking action and I will be helping you with that action. In our first session, we go through specifically what your strategy is and what the actions are that you're going to take, and we work on taking that throughout our time together. But the real work is the implementation of that, and the reason that we don't do the things that we know we need to do and that are important, and remembering that there's a million different ways that you can do things. Like there's so many different strategies you can implement. The difference between something working and something not working is all about the energy that we're in. It's all about our beliefs, and it means that we're not truly in the energy of what we want. And so this is what I help people with. So then once you accept that your beliefs are what is most important to be working on, the work is in committing to your new beliefs, committing every single day. And this is where we all struggle. This is where my clients struggle. This is where you're struggling right now. It's the reason you're not getting your results. And this is what I call belief resilience. This is the space we need to be committed to our new beliefs. And that takes work. And I also believe it's why so many of us feel like we're hustling, even though we're not hustling, because most of us are not taking too much action. We're actually wasting a lot of our time and energy overthinking, worrying, doing things that we don't need to do, because it's coming from this emotional energy that is not supportive of the results we want to create. And that is coming from a place of not believing in yourself and not believing in the results that are coming. So belief resilience is actually all about commitment, committing to your new set of beliefs, even during that period where you don't have the results that you desire. It's about choosing every single day to believe ahead of time that what you desire is inevitable, because in your body, in your mind, you already have it. So when you or one of my clients or myself are not able to be in this energy of what they want, is because they're not able to commit to believing, no matter what their new thought / belief is, even when they don't have the results. And this is where we're being tested. It's the test. It just is. It's not even a test. It's not like trying to make you pass this test. It's just, this is how it works until you get into this space as if you already had the thing. So as in you're certain that this is happening, because imagine that you had like the money that you want, you're working with the clients that you want, you would like whatever result it is that you want. If you had that, you would just believe that you had it because it just is, right? So you're certain about it. It's like, yeah, of course I have this. I've got it. And so that's the energy you have to be in to be an energetic match for what you want. But what happens is we have to believe before we have evidence that this particular experience is coming into our life. So we have to be in this energy before our mind has that evidence. And that's really hard for our mind to take into account. It wants the evidence first. But we will not start to see how we can create what we want until we focus on being in that energy of what we want. Because right now your mind is probably focused on what you don't have. So you're thinking like, where I am right now in my life sucks, where I'm in my business isn't great, it needs to be better. You've got to see that where you are right now is actually great. You've got to be in the energy of what you want in your current circumstances in order to create new circumstances. And the way we do that is just through your beliefs. I know that this might be complicated to understand, but this really is all the difference. And so this is why people come to me with these different situations, and it could be really easy to just like prescribe, oh, take this action or do this thing. But it's never about the action. It's never even about the strategy, although action is important and strategy is important. What makes the difference, what creates the results that you want, is the energy and the beliefs behind them. You won't start seeing the results until you truly believe, until you're truly in the energy of what you want. And that requires resilience. It requires commitment. And most of you, if you're really honest with yourself, are not truly committed to your new beliefs that you're creating. You're not truly committed to the results because you want evidence that the results are coming before you have them. And so that means that you're focusing on the fact that you don't have this thing, which means you're in the energy of lack rather than being the energy of what you want. And that's why mindset is so important. And that's why a huge focus of what I do as a coach and what we work on together is, yes, in our first session, we go through what is the strategy that we're going to work towards together, but throughout the time that we work together. And that's why, I give you a strategy and action plan and create your beautiful biz as well for creating your beautiful biz and creating that strong foundation. But then what is important is the execution of that plan. And what gets us to execute the plan in a way that actually works is all about the beliefs that we have and changing the beliefs that we have so we can change our reality. And it's also about getting yourself into that emotional energy and creating new habits. And this is why we need a period of time to work together, because you will be taken over by your old subconscious programs. You will go back to what is comfortable. That's where your mind is gearing you up to. And you're going to need to do everything in your power to move towards the new belief and be in that energy of what you want. And that's hard, right? That's hard because it's to our mind, it wants comfort. It doesn't want your circumstances to change because it feels unsafe to it. So you, as the conscious part of you, have to be the person directing the ship. You have to say, I'm going to believe no matter what, and I'm going to commit to feeling uncomfortable in order to create new beliefs for myself. And this requires me to act in faith. To act in faith by showing up every day and doing the belief work, by being committed to your beliefs, even when you have no evidence that it's working. So this, my friends, is a concept you need to get your head around. Belief resilience is where it's at. It's what helps you be in that energy of what you want, which is crucial for manifesting. It's crucial for creating the results you want in your business, and it's crucial for making more money in your business. So I want to leave you with this. What do you need to believe to be in the energy of what you want? And what are you going to do to make sure you're committed to your new beliefs? Answer those questions to yourself, and most importantly, implement those answers in your life and watch the results unfold. If you want to know more about working with your mindset, about understanding everything you need to understand your mind across all areas of your life, I highly recommend you invest in yourself and sign up for my online course called Mindset Makeover. It's a 2-week program that takes you through everything you need to understand and up-level your mindset across your life. Over only 2 weeks, you'll learn all of the tools. You can go to leticiaringe.com/mindset makeover. And if you're in business, mindset and working on your belief resilience is something that I will be teaching you in order to make money and create the results you desire in Create Your Beautiful Biz. I'm adding an entire new module all about your mindset for this success, and I'll be taking you through exactly how to execute this in your business, in addition to all of the bonus content already in Create Your Beautiful Biz on mindset. And most importantly, this is where our group coaching calls will become extremely valuable to you. Every group coaching call in Create Your Beautiful Biz gives you an opportunity to work on your belief resilience, to see where you're not truly believing and shift yourself into the energy of what you want so that you can create the results that you want in your beautiful business. If you'd love to know more about Create Your Beautiful Biz, enrollment is opening very soon. I invite you to join the waitlist at leticiaringe.com/create your beautiful biz. It's for you if you're looking to create a successful business. So whether you're starting out or whether you need to up level because you're not getting the results you desire, this is for you. I teach you everything you need to know to create a successful business. Join the waitlist at leticiaringe.com/CYBB. And finally, I want to remind you that my 5-day live training is coming up next week. This is my final announcement here. If you'd like to join my training on how to create a business you love and make money, I'm teaching those 5 steps that are so important for creating a business you love, whether you're already in business or whether you don't even know what sort of business you want to create. This is for you. Head to leticiaringe.com/trainings to sign up and register for the 5-day live training. And other than that, please come and hang out over on Instagram at Leticia Ringe. I want to hear what your takeaways are from this episode. Make sure you're working on your belief resilience, and I'll see you next in our upcoming training. Bye, everyone. Hey, if you're ready to create your very own purpose-driven business too, I invite you to check out my online program, Create Your Beautiful Biz. You'll learn how to create a business that allows you to make your difference and thrive using my signature feminine essence framework. Just head over to www.leticiaringe.com/CYBB. Let's make creating a business beautiful. I'll see you there.